Modified exhaust systems serve no purpose other than to create fear, chaos, and intimidation.
Scared Potter.
I just love the smell of fear.
So, there are a few different types of videos that I think are really great ways to garner views and traction on YouTube. Cop pullover videos seem to do really well. Wrecks seem to always have an initial kind of, I don't know, they add like a boost of popularity to a channel. It can sometimes be a boon or like a blessing in disguise sort of thing, as long as you're able to see the silver lining and kind of build off of that and ride that kind of hype train. But then the third kind of that always kind of catches my attention are Karen videos. And look, Karens are not exclusive to attacking automotive enthusiasts, but when it comes to a hobby that is very expensive and can be, when approached obnoxiously, we can be annoying to ordinary people if we make our cars crazy loud or are reckless or whatever, or if there are people out there setting a bad example, like takeover participators and people swerving in and out of traffic like fucking assholes and all that sort of stuff. Like, before I get into this, I will say, hand on my heart, even though I like driving fast, I rarely exceed the speed limit all that much and all that often. I like cruising. I like having a fast car. I like having a good, loud, good sounding car. But I'm not a huge endorser of endangering people. All right? That's just, I feel like I can enjoy myself. I'm capable of enjoying myself without putting others at risk. I'll put myself at risk, but not others. And I don't go out of my way to do things that are disruptive to people's peace, because peace is hard to come by. But at the same time, there are situations where I believe people have no reasonable expectation of silence, like on kind of main roads, highways, freeways, whatever, motorways, where you just got to realize you're on the road sharing it with other people, and some people's cars are going to be louder than yours. And you just got to deal with it, bitch, because you're in your own car. If you don't like the noise of the outside world, stay in your house or roll up your windows. But anyways, I digress. Trevor Wallace made actually a pretty funny video about, well, I'll just pull it up.
Cock-a-doodle-doo, hoes come through.
I saw this on Facebook, so we already know this is going to be good. Here's my comment here. So it's a funny video about how basically ordinary people think people with loud cars expect others to react. And I'll say there are definitely people out there that make their cars really, really loud, and it becomes like this weird ego thing for some reason, and it's strange. My car is definitely loud. Well, I'll show you with this video I posted here in the comment. But I know ordinary people might find this hard to believe, but I modified my car to make it sound better, and as a result make it louder. I didn't really do that to get reactions from other people. I am, as far as I can tell, an introvert. If I get a reaction from it, the reactions I am going to find the most valuable are going to be from other people in the hobby, because they'll appreciate that. But I'm not doing it to get attention from women.
Oh my god, it's a loud car.
Or random people or whatever. I don't care. I don't really rev my car up in traffic or anything like that. I'll do it occasionally if I think something's wrong with it and I'm like, am I hearing a weird noise? Let me rev it and see what happens. Otherwise, I don't really do that. It doesn't idle that loudly either. The startup isn't that loud either, the cold start. It just gets really loud when you open it up and really hit the throttle, which is cool. So it doesn't really drone that bad, which is nice. I don't really do that. I I don't really see the point as to why people who have nice cars just use it as a way to attract the opposite sex. Because as far as I can tell, as a dude, my car just attracts more dudes. So if I was gay, that'd be great. I think it's the same thing with fitness too. Like if you're like a bodybuilder getting ripped and shredded, I feel like you just get attraction from other dudes. Like you just get complimented or asked, hey man, like what did you do to get like that? Like, I don't know, I'm stereotyping how they talk, but you know what I mean. Man, I ramble a lot. I need to really work on that.
That sounds like a Hemi giving me a f***ing semi.
So this video is really funny. So I just thought, I'm not really like calling the video out, but I'll read my comment here. Maybe I'm just an introvert, but my car and the sound of the engine just makes me happy. Okay? But you gotta remember, when it comes to Karens, you being happy is the most offensive thing that you could possibly do in their presence. Happiness? It's unforgivable. They can never forgive the happiness of others. So, that was my first mistake. I've never seen it as a way to get attention, especially from the opposite sex. Although it did kind of work for me one time in the past. Though I was already technically dating the person, I just revved it to get her attention. To everyone else, it looked like I revved it at her and then she got in. So I guess I've got that going for me. But that was kind of it. I don't rev it in traffic or assault people's eardrums in a neighborhood. That's the other thing.
Go 90 miles per hour in a school zone again. Do it again.
You know, don't speed in a school zone. Don't, you know, if you're in like a suburban area with houses and stuff and it's nighttime or whatever, even daytime, sure, you know, don't be obnoxious. Obviously, if it's daytime, look, if you work a night shift, you did that to yourself. I start work at 1 in the morning. If you're making loud noises, I don't know, during the day when I'm about to go to sleep at like 1 or 2 p.m., I'm not going to complain. But granted, it also doesn't bother me. But also, if it bothers you, I feel like you just got a bad roll when you were born. You rolled some bad stats. But yeah, obviously, I don't go out of my way to be obnoxious. But I'm also not going out of my way to accommodate people that can't handle the real world. But once I'm on a main road or a highway, it's open throttle season. I'm gonna go hunting, bitch. You can just roll up your windows because it's my therapy. Now, yeah, I'm being a little bit theatrical with my wording to try and get the point across. I got 1.4K likes, which is fucking hilarious. It's not literally therapy. It's done more for me than actual therapy has in the past, but that's the whole other thing. It's just, for me, I am very fortunate that cars give me any kind of peace at all because very few things do. So I'm gonna hold on to it because, you know, I get in the car, the noises of the outside world can't really get in. The car is loud and that's all I can hear. And everything in there is in my control, and that just feels good. Why shouldn't it? So it's not really therapy, it's more like a, I guess a safe space or something like that. I don't know. It's just, it's a chance for me to decompress. Because I can't really do that at home, because there's always stuff going on at home, because I got kids, I gotta get stuff done, and you know, not that I'm complaining, but I can't decompress at home. I'm either busy, or kind of relaxing on the couch with the family, or I'm working on stuff, like how I am right now with these videos. But that's not decompressing, that's not the same thing. Decompressing is coming home from work and kind of taking 5 or 10 minutes, sitting in the driveway to go, okay, the day's over, I'm not even gonna process it, I'm just gonna breathe.
Better put that book down and get that dick up. I mean, you know what I mean?
I'm sure this is hard to understand for most normal people, but I can drive with no destination in mind and get fulfillment out of it. You know, it leads to actual feelings of self-completion, which is probably one of the most valuable things you can have as a person, along with inner peace, which I'm pretty sure I don't have, but this comes close. So that was my comment. That was kind of reading in between the lines of, right, if you have most relevant on Facebook selected, almost all of the content, all of the comments gets fucking deleted or like made invisible for some reason. It's such a weird feature. So we got let her rip. I do whenever I'm not driving the rig because I don't speed when I'm driving the semi. Not that I really can. A cop tried to tell me I was speeding once and I told him, no, I wasn't. Can you prove it? And then he couldn't. And then he decided to do like a 5-minute inspection of the truck and gave me some freaking points on my CDL, which was nice. You fucking lizard face dick. Thanks. You can't get me for a speeding ticket, so you want to fuck with my career. Whatever makes my tiny dick happy. Well, it's tiny until you showed up, Mr. Eric Woodworth. I don't know. I am that guy that will give you paragraphs and replies just to see, because this whole comment was like a bait to attract car people and a bait to attract people that just don't get it and see if I can get like a reaction out of them. Because I was bored. I might have even made that comment when I was taking a shit. So it's like, I'm feeling like an asshole today, so I'm going to attract positivity and negativity all at once and get a little bit of both at the same time. And just feel good about it for some reason. Yeah, never give a fuck about people hating on what you love. Fuck them. Yeah, you see, you get that? She said Tom Woods implying that loud cars are nice cars. And I said loud nice cars are nice cars. You got a shitty car and it sounds like ass and it's just, you've just made it louder. Yeah, that's pretty cringe, but yeah, this bloke definitely does it for attention. Oh yeah, some people deleted their fucking comments, which is even more hilarious. Like, I'll respond to them, and I was like, I'm never, like, aggressive, right? I never am, like, trying to throw insults back or use ad hominem attacks or anything cheap like that. I'm like, let's see if I can combat this without being a moron, right? Sometimes when you do that, they inadvertently admit defeat by deleting their comment. But the thing is my comment's still there. And because when you reply, it puts their name there, it just shows Mr. Josh Brown ain't shit. Essentially. Looks like you're I wish... What happens if I do newest? I wish my frickin' replies were more organized on this. Because it doesn't group them together so that, like, by the replies, which is annoying. So Sean Thomas said, yeah, this bloke definitely does it for attention. And I said, I just like the way it sounds. It definitely ain't for everybody. Because obviously the S54 is a very raspy fucking engine. Looks like it's your only personality, and that's why I missed the joke. Well, actually, I thought it was a funny video. There's definitely truth behind it. I was just saying, hey, that ain't me. You know, the equivalent of not all men, or whatever, I guess. No, the joke is great. There are definitely people out there that are like this in the hobby. I just thought I'd bait a discussion with the ordinary people outside the hobby to see if they're willing to accept the fact that some people with modified cars just like the hobby. Yeah, Josh Brown was talking about how, like, my behavior in my video that I clipped is toxic somehow. And it's just me revving it in an abandoned mall parking lot to shoot fire out the exhaust. Brandon says, I have a 1986 Big Red that runs smoother and backfires less often. Actually, it runs just fine. It's just tuned to do that. Yeah, I might take the burble tune off. And what is it? What do you have to do? I'm hoping it's possible. Where basically, the guy who knows more about tuning described it to me. He basically said, you need to pull timing and add fuel, is how he worded it. It's all in the tune. And that's what I want to do. I just want to be able to, I want it to, like, spit fire. I know it's not efficient. I'm not a fucking race car driver. It's a car that I'm filming on YouTube. So I want it to be flashy and silly. The pops and bangs are kind of fun, but I feel like that's kind of fallen out of favor. And I mostly got the burble tune for the fire, not the noise. So I might try and find a way to have it spit fire, but not make as much noise. Because the long tube headers makes it sound pretty good. Oh, this is in response. So the thing is, Josh Brown deleted his comments. So next thing you know, having downpipes are signs of narcissism. Oh yeah, a couple people recognized, like Michael here. I think that's how you pronounce your name. You don't have an E in your name. A few people actually recognized me from YouTube, which I thought was really hilarious because I did not expect that to happen. A surprise to be sure, but a welcome one in the response to finding an actual viewer. People are wishing they could have seen what we were replying to because he deleted it. As long as my GED is posted in the back driver window. Now, is GED like General Education Diploma? What does that mean? What is GED? General Educational Development. Is it like the high school diploma sort of thing? I did a blend of IB and AP stuff because I took a class in psychology that was IB level. What did I take that was AP? I took something else that was AP, and I can't remember what it was. High school feels like such a long time ago now. I graduated in 2016. So I don't even know what my diploma would be considered. I think they called it mixed because it wasn't like... Because you were required to do at least one of them, AP or IB. I was like, I don't want to do a full IB diploma because all the work you have to do for that sounds fucking annoying. Oh wait, this guy has an E92. I love your engine, man. Ravi, Shay Russell said, what the fuck is that? And my answer was Ooga Booga Tune, or Unga Bunga Tune. We like fire. And I also complimented, I think, Ravi's car at some point. You are so not an introvert. OMG, man. Total extrovert. I'm really not an extrovert, dude. I'm really not. I hate to tell you, but I am really not an extrovert. The amount of people I interact with on a daily basis averages to less than 1. And I'm talking about in person. Online parasocial stuff does not fucking count at all. Austin here. Austin Slaughter. That's an awesome last name. That's fine. Half the neighborhood wants to murder you, especially at 3 a.m. when you decide to rev it more than once. I used to smoke crack. That explains why your logic makes no fucking sense. I didn't say I rev it at 3 a.m. in a neighborhood. I got guys that do that here anyways. There's a guy in a G8 that rolls through here every now and then. His car sounds good. It's cammed and it sounds good. There's a few guys in Chargers and Challengers, which is not a massive fucking surprise around here. Scat packs and stuff like that. I think there's one Hellcat out here, but he's pretty tame with how he drives it. That doesn't bother me. That doesn't bother my children either. I'm not going to be like, think of the children, you're making so much noise, because children are famously quiet. Now you see, as a parent, I made sure to raise my kids to be capable of sleeping when noise is around them, so that I don't have to be quiet around them. That's the solution, okay? That's the fucking solution. Yes, you can complain, but ultimately it is your responsibility to prepare your kids for the real world so that they don't have to go and complain at people to do things to accommodate them, okay? Being within reason. If you're being unreasonable about it, sure, fine, you can complain. I love that he says he's got 2 attempted murder charges from when he was a minor. You really are not doing a whole lot for your credibility here, my guy. All right, so anyways, love the sound like an angry animal. Thanks, Lisa. Definitely the best answer right here. Vroom. Engine sound make me happy. Hey, simple guy, simple taste. Well, simple taste, just expensive. I'm sub to you. You guys are OGs, man. That's cool. That car is actually roaring. Loud exhaust means more airflow, which means more horsepower. Well, because of the design of the headers, it's more power at the top end, and I might even lose a little power at the bottom. So it's not quite as smooth as it was before, but it's not that noticeable. Mr. Anderson didn't ask. Well, how about you get a robot put in your belly button and shut up? What car does he have here? That sounded like a manual. Most of the time, these guys have got the 8-speed or whatever in these. That sounded like a manual. You don't see manual Challengers. I almost called it a Charger. That would have triggered a lot of people. That thing sound great. Sounds like a generator weed whacker. It definitely can. It definitely does a little bit. There's still a bit of rasp. I love how all the car dudes came to this comment to mingle. Well, yeah, I must have made the comment like right after it was posted or something, because all the car guys came here to just talk about their cars and share clips of their cars. It was really, yeah, it's kind of wholesome, to be honest. I didn't think the comment was actually going to get any attention, but my plan kind of worked out perfectly. Oh yeah, there's a watermark on the video because I think I downloaded the clip from Instagram. So I didn't even know that when you download a video off of your Instagram account that it puts the watermark on there. So people thought I was also trying to promote my channel or something like that. I'm like, oh, actually I didn't mean to do that, but obviously no one's going to believe you. Got a WRX with blue underglow. Can't imagine blue underglow is legal, but it does look cool. Couldn't agree more, and I'm part of the very few percentages. Single mother, love the sound of my WRX, so do all 3 of my kids. My kids, so far, Ellie loves my cars. I want to make sure Charlotte does too. Or we're taking her back. I don't feel personally attacked, I'm just baiting all you bitches. Got a C5 here. Good old V8s. Then you wouldn't mind my loud lawnmower as it roars past your home. But why are you riding your fucking lawnmower down the street, you fucking crackhead? Jesus, what are you doing? Although I would love a ride-on lawnmower, though my yard just isn't that big. But also, no, I don't think I would care because I can sleep through it. I mean, I can sleep through just about anything. Pity is for the weak. You see, I love the sound, so you can just roll up your window. I mean, if you enjoy it, I don't fucking care. You do you. I mean, it's more so just if you like the sound, get a car that sounds like that, because then you can go faster. I feel like going highway speeds on a lawnmower would be terrifying. Though it's a funny mental image. Oh, we were talking about I was talking about something with Troyd here, and we were talking about, I guess, Troyd said, okay, Honda. And that reminded me of the time I came across someone who tuned their Vanos and their E46 to behave like VTEC. And Troyd was like, no way. So, like, even though he was like, okay, Honda, trying to, like, call me out, I was so friendly with him. Like, I'm not trying to fight these people. It's rare to spot a YouTuber. I don't know if I can call myself a YouTuber yet. We got Clovey here with her made-up name. That shit is annoying as fuck. Nobody wants to hear that blaring through the neighborhood. Well, they don't. They don't hear it. Because that's not what it's doing. That's not what I do with it. Calm your tits. Cam's here. Same, brother. Mine's not an M3, but it's still a lot of fun. Not quite as loud as yours yet, though. Yeah, mine's loud, but it's not outrageous. Like, there are much louder cars out there. Yours is not an M3. Hey, man, appreciate what you got, and if you enjoy it, who cares, man? I mean, if you've got an E46, just... you don't want to save up and trade or get an actual E46 M3, you can still do the conversion and get basically the same experience. I'm not going to judge you for it. You just need the S54, do a bit of a drivetrain swap. You might need to do some chassis reinforcement just for all the extra torque. Heck, you could even just use the same stock E46 M3 ECU. It's probably pretty interchangeable for the most part. The interior is very similar. It'd probably work just fine. Michelle still having fun. This is one of the few people that actually tried to maintain a conversation and a debate with me. Michelle is like, but some people do mind. It is annoying to many, and the fact that someone thinks it is okay to disturb others for their own ego trip is selfish at best. Keep your noise to yourself. No one else needs to put up with it. Well, I could also just say, I don't need to accommodate your sensitivity, because at the end of the day, I'm not doing anything actually illegal. I'm not breaching noise ordinances. I'm not threatening your life or anything like that. Like, I'm careful not to do anything outrageously stupid, especially if it's not on camera. And also especially on camera, to be honest. I'm not like a moron that self-incriminates myself. You know, that's not what I do. You don't need to put up with it, but you also don't have a fucking choice. This guy, I think he's got an S197 GT500, which, man, every now and then I go, should I get one of those? Especially after watching the Need for Speed movie with you guys. Because the whole thing with the GT500 with that Trinity engine, the 5.8 liter engine, is that you can get that really good lopey, choppy idle. Because, I mean, it's probably a symptom of things not running as efficiently or whatever. And having your car, because in order to get a Coyote to do that, you have to get like a Ghost Cam tune or something like that. Like, even if you go big cam in a Coyote, it's not gonna lope. But I like the sound of a loping engine. It sounds like a drag car. It sounds dirty. It sounds like classic American muscle. It sounds raunchy, as best as I can describe it. But I feel like Ghost Cam tunes are a little cringe. I don't think people really respect that, to be honest. Fellow E46 M3 owner with a section. Yeah, wish the carbon CSL airboxes weren't 2K plus. Well, depending on which one you get, if you want the genuine one, you gotta fork over 10 grand. Even though I got one straight off of a fucking race car, I still only had to pay, like, I think it was 6? If you don't want the BMW sticker on it, it's only $4,500 or something. It's not bad. It's not awful, but you do have to save up a fair bit. The intake sound, yeah, it's a must. Inconsiderate of other people, selfish thing to do. Well, if they're bothered by something as inconsequential, yeah, I'm not gonna consider the feelings of people that can't handle noise in public. I used to love loud exhausts, then I got too many speeding tickets and grew up. Noise does not equal speed. You still have to go fast to get a speeding ticket. Some cops might try and get you for speeding because they heard your engine and they thought you were going fast, but if they don't have proof, they can't give you a fucking ticket. And if they do, you can fight it in court and it'll be like it never happened. If you got a speeding ticket, you either admitted that you were speeding or something like that, or you actually were speeding. I get it. Cops can be unreasonable and try to stick you with tickets you don't deserve. But it sounds like you were speeding. It's a weird point to make. I've also lived close to roads and realized how annoying it is. Well, I mean, that sounds like a you problem. BMWs are super fast and naturally quiet. That's not always the case. I'm gonna say. Why annoy the hell out of people? I guess because it's fun. I mean, I'm not trying to, but if it's, as a side effect, I don't really care. Because it's not my responsibility to make others comfortable. I don't go around telling people who dress funny to go home and pick out a different outfit. I don't tell people of overweight stature that they gross me out. That would be a little hypocritical. Borderline 300 pounds. I'm not constantly revving my engine or racing around. It's just louder than average. Winners don't use drugs, they use speed. I like the name Kiowa. That's kind of interesting. Loud exhausts don't automatically lead to speeding tickets. I get most of it out of my system, getting up to highway speeds, and then I turn on cruise control. Only 350-ish horsepower, so it's not a felony generator. I am speed. Severus Napes, which is a interesting name. Reminds me of someone I used to know. I got my Lexus with the 1GZ FEV8. That's cool. Some of us don't get our cars for attention or status. Yeah, that's the other thing. I didn't even touch on that. Some people will buy cars like Porsches or Ferraris and Lamborghinis and things like that because they're like fashion items or something. And that's fine. Whatever. It's your property, I guess. I'll get flamed in the comments if I judge you for that, even though I kind of want to. But I really think, you know, buying cars because you're an enthusiast, I think it's more fun when... to me, it's cooler when people buy cars because they like cars and they just have an interest in them, you know? And that can be at the lowest level where you know absolutely nothing about cars, but you like cool cars and you're like, I've been saving up, I'm gonna treat myself to something I know I'll enjoy. And so, you know, if you got 200, 300 grand lying around, or you're willing to put like 60 down or whatever and you got a decent income, yeah, get yourself a Lambo, like a Huracan or something. Or it's like, I love, you know, V10s that are naturally aspirated, or naturally aspirated V12s, or I don't like dual clutches, I'd rather get a single clutch. You'd go for like an Aventador or something. It's like, you do you. I just, yeah, for attention or status, it's kind of but it is what it is. When you got all that money lying around, I guess it's kind of like not as big of a, you don't really put as much thought into it. Maybe. I don't know. I'm not in that position. I make 100 grand a year. I'm not in the market for a Lamborghini yet. Not yet. My neighbors must hate me. Nah, they're cool. I mean, the one guy on one side doesn't really talk to me that much, but then I got a lady on the other side of the corner who's nice, whose dog is very similar to ours, so we get along and our dogs get to sometimes interact. Or like, if one of our dogs escapes, we help each other get them back or whatever. I must have a really low credit score. Well, I found out earlier today that it's 775, which is not bad considering I have a balance on a couple of my credit cards still. I was at, what was it, 790 something? I was almost in the 800 club, which I guess is very good. I didn't start trying to work on my credit score until like, I want to say half a year ago, because Heather got hers really high and hers was higher than mine. I'm like, well, I for some reason feel the urge to be competitive about this. So I started finding ways to get mine to go up too, and then I surpassed her. Victory. But then I took 12 weeks off of work, and so it went down you know, 20 or 30 or whatever. Okay, cool, but who asked, Mr. Cringe? I don't know, but why'd you include your middle name in your profile? No one asked, Mr. Cringe. Mr. Jonathan John Burnett. Jenny Harris. Loud car here too. Being a girl, I don't mind attention from guys. Yeah, you've got a cheat code there. Oh yeah, this was back when I had just finished recording Fast 5. My reaction to it. Just a couple hours ago. You post a video clip of your loud car for all to see while saying you don't do it for attention, while tagging your car's Instagram account. Granted, I didn't know I did that. I didn't know it watermarked it like that, because it will pop up and then go away and then pop up in a different screen like a DVD player screensaver or whatever. Yeah, I don't know why that happened. But yeah, I wasn't doing it attention because it's a clip from just the update video of when I got the exhaust installed, or I think it was one from when I got the tune from Arcade Tunes. But I said, I can't fault you for catching that. I downloaded it from my Insta because I didn't feel like taking another clip from the YouTube video it's actually from. It's just from a progress update on the car. I've always wanted one of these, and I like making YouTube videos. It's fun to share with people that enjoy what you enjoy. I didn't really intend on shouting myself out, nor did I expect people to recognize me, which I really didn't. It's not like I think I'm famous or something. In the grand scheme of things, I'm really just a nobody still. OMG, that's so hot. Sorry, Pete. I'm married. You sit on a throne of lies. Oh, I love Elf. That's such a good movie. Ashley Thorson. Oh, he's the guy I think that had the E92 M3. Hope you get pulled over. Well, the Joker part of your name is fitting anyway. You need to work on your wit, girl. That's not actually clever. I've already made that joke. If I've already made that joke about my channel name, it's not clever when you do it either. Michael Mayweather. You're not into showing off then. I mean, not really. At the end of the day, it just looks like a black BMW. This guy has his therapy car and his A to B car. The therapy car is a sleeper to avoid attention, even if it is a bit noisy. My thing is, I love the mindset of sleepers, but I just can't bring myself to ever build one because, man, I like cars to look cool too. I like them to be flashy. Aw, Thomas here says, or Tomas, who cares, says, I'm the one. But again, I'm married. No matter your feelings, you are the one. I said, so he said, I'm the one, and I said, the chosen one? Now I'll pass that to the next guy. And he goes, no matter your feelings, you are the one.
He is the one.
And I'm just like, I feel like I'm having a holy quest thrust upon me or something. Like, that's such a weird response. Tyler Willie, lol, this video, lol, lol, dude, this video fits you then. Shaking my head, you're not cool. I'm pretty sure I'm not cool. I think I already know that, and I don't think I really care. I too enjoy the sound of beating on aluminum garbage can kids. Oh, lids. Like, what does that mean? I did not process that before I read it. Yeah, it's still fun. I never said the video wasn't funny. I'm not sure. I feel like I've seen Trevor Wallace before, but I think he's like an actual comedian, as I understand it. My car sound absolutely rips yours. Oh no. I found a Tesla owner. No one fucking cares. You gonna do any track day vids? I just feel like my car is going to explode. Like, my only thing with the E46 M3 is that I haven't done a Vanos rebuild, and I haven't done the rod bearings, and I don't know their current condition, and I don't want to find out the hard way. It's only really $4,000 to do all of that, so I wonder if I should save up and do that before I get the body kit or not, or the side exhaust, or do I wing it? Do I just not talk about it and kick that can down the road? That's fine, but if anybody in the neighborhood ever hears you, it means you can't wait to get to the highway to gun it, and that's for attention. Well, I mean, even in a stock fucking Toyota, you might hear me. I don't think your logic tracks, Chris Warden. I'm feeling some type of way. I'm always feeling some type of way. I don't really know what that means. Just saying for the rest of us general population, shut the f up. More of me interacting with car people. The general population needs to learn some tolerance or stay indoors. Me gusta. I haven't heard anyone say that in a long time. Rice burners sound like shit. Well, Nash, you might want to work on your geography, because Germany is nowhere near fucking Japan. And, just so you know, rice burners refers to cars made in Japan. So, maybe you could call, I don't know, what would you call a German car? A bratwurst griller? How do you cook bratwurst? Bratwurst. I'm probably not even saying it right. You got Joshua David Knight, white knighting for all the sensitive people. Travis Lee said something, but I don't even see his comment. Travis Lee, where are you? I took the time to respond to you, so you must have been pretty stupid. I can't tell if you're serious, but no one cares about being the fastest. Oh, it's the guy with the Tesla. I can't tell if you're being serious, but no one cares about being the fastest with something to prove or feel superior. You're faster, but I'm living a childhood dream. Yeah, Tesla guys do that. They're like, well, what I have is better than what you have because it's faster and it's quieter and it's easier. And as an automotive enthusiast, I go, I don't care because I'm a car guy. I feel like as a car guy, that's not how you're supposed to think. Gatekeeping a little bit here, but we really can't include you in the community if that's your mindset, because that's just lame. Oh, I called my car a Bunsen burner. Isn't the Bunsen burner a German invention? Man, I had more wit when I was writing these comments than me making this video right now. Oh, he's being sarcastic. Gotcha. This guy had a stroke. Good God Almighty, if I was a female, my panties would have... Hussein said, $100 cash, says this dude walks around quoting the Fast and the Furious movies. Well, I do way more than that. If you saw my YouTube channel, because anyone who knows who I am, of the 3 people in these comments here, they know I've kind of grown a channel, for the most part, on Fast and the Furious content. That's what you would call a safe bet. Okay, Tom Wood. Why is my name in quotations? That was his whole comment. And so my response was, I don't know how to respond, but Mateo is a cool name, so I just randomly complimented him. And so he was like, ha, thanks man, I like yours too. I didn't know what he was going for there. Imagine being so proud that you peaked in high school and announcing it like this. I mean, I didn't really do a whole lot in high school, I must admit. It would have been cool if I had this car in high school, though. I don't really know what he's getting at. Because I'm just improving my way of life all the time. He says, no way that's an S54. Only time I heard one with a non-raspy note I actually like. I'm telling you, man, the long tube headers, they work a treat on the rasp. They really, really knock out the rasp. There's still some there, so that you can tell it's an E46 M3. That tone is still there as well. But it does the trick. It's cool. It sounds like a single turbo inline 6 at lower RPMs, which is wild. Don't justify your douche car. Anyone in the hobby, anyone in the community knows. You know, if you're trying to justify your car, you're doing something wrong. It doesn't need to be justified. You don't need to rationalize it. You just do it because it makes you feel good. And that's it. That's all you need. If someone needs you to explain it to them, they just don't get it. Even though they probably have hobbies and things that make them happy. Or maybe they don't, and that's why they're sad f***ing people. I think I just spotted an NFS Most Wanted lad here. Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did. What did Alex Joseph say? I went after him. Where is he? Oh, I think he deleted his comment. Oh, no, here it is. Imagine being so proud you peaked in high school. Oh, it's him. Imagine having something to be proud of. It's pretty fun accomplishing your goals and always reaching higher. Isaac Green says, your strive. I don't know if that's the correct use of the word strive, but I could be wrong. So I'm fairly confident. Should be higher than the noise coming from your car. Well, I mean, I got multiple goals. Like making lots of money, keeping my family happy and safe, and the side effect of me making lots of money is I get to build my dream cars. I'm a complex individual. More so than Isaac Green, apparently, who only has one goal in life, apparently. You're not allowed to have more. There's a lot of C5s in the comments. Oh, I really went after Andrew. What did Andrew say? Andrew, where are you, motherfucker? I went after you. What did you say? I can't find him. What did this guy say? Andrew, where's your freaking comment, man? Did you delete it? Where is it? I can't find it. I don't know what he said, but my response... I said, I feel like you weren't paying attention and are just making assumptions. The same way I think someone with a Batman profile picture probably needs to grow up, but instead I let people enjoy things because I'm not a sad human being like him because of whatever he said. And then his response was, no assumptions, douchey posts trigger douchey responses to douchey behaviors. What a weird, I don't know, weird one. This ain't a place to try and show off your ego. Well, I was showing off the car. I wasn't really showing off myself. I don't think that's how that works. Maybe I'm an introvert? Since when did introvert mean attention seeker? You even recorded a video of your exhaust. Well, it's a video of my car, not of me. I'm not drawing attention to myself. Drawing it towards the car. So, how does that make me an extrovert? Do I not know what an extrovert is? Am I confused? Like, I don't interact with people a whole lot. Not a 4-cylinder, dude. You not know anything about cars? I totally agreed with that whole paragraph until I watched a video and realized it's a 4-cylinder with a fart can on it. Far from it. The headers were like $3,000. And then so was like the rest of the exhaust. Like the mufflers were like $2,000 or something. Hardly a fart can. I didn't watch enough, but an inline 6 and most 4 and 6s are so hard to make sound good. What? Casey Stanton, what kind of trashy cars are you around? BMW straight 6s with single turbos, 2Js, RBs, Barras, inlines sound good when built right. They are not hard to make sound good. You just got bad taste, my guy. Well, we got our boy with a 911. Empathizing with my main point. Talking about Porsches a bit, about the GT2 RS and the new GT3. See, when it's I also respond a lot to just the car guys that are just enjoying themselves. I'm like, what's up, man? How you doing? Let's chat a little bit. Because it's hard to find car guys around here and talk about stuff. Well, it's not that it's hard. I just don't go out of my way to interact with people. Guy posted his truck here, and I was like, that paint is mint. I was like, that paint is mint. I want an orange car too. And he's like, hey, thanks, man. Is Lamborghini orange? And I was like, Arancio Borealis? But I don't think he responded to me. I was curious what color it was. I want to know about your car, Zane. Small c***. Well, I mean, how do you know? How do you know? S54 is one of the worst engine notes to brag about. Sincerely, a fellow E46 driver. Well, I'm not bragging about it, but I like it. I used to think they sounded terrible and super raspy, but I've made it work. I've made it sound good. I wouldn't do it if it weren't for attention. And my response is, and guys who get shredded are only doing it to get laid? I'd like to think people are more complex than that. James Nolan. Do a little introspection. You might be projecting here. You might need to work on yourself. One guy says, what kind of lawnmower was that? So I go, S54B32 with long tube 6-to-1 headers. Gets rid of a ton of the rasp. Sounds like a single turbo under 4K and screams up to 9K. And he says, sounds like it'll cut grass decently. And my response is, with a good splitter, maybe. So I'm an annoying douchebag. It's my therapy. Bro, go get help if you need therapy. Causing an accident on the highway because of small D energy is not okay. That's not... I tried to make it clear I don't do obnoxious and reckless shit in my car, but they kind of have to bank on that because otherwise they have no argument. If you're being reasonable and just having fun, the only thing they can be annoyed about is your happiness, which is kind of the crux of the issue. They just don't like you being happy. Happiness is the biggest affront to them that you can do. Unfortunately, your therapy causes other people to need it. Well, that's a little pathetic. That's extremely pathetic. If my car makes you feel like you need therapy, you need to get out of the gene pool. There are worse things to deal with. I will minimize your suffering. Minimalize it, whatever the saying is. Well, I think that's all of them. Me versus 300 or so Karens. I just thought it would be funny to do that. Like, it's Facebook. I really shouldn't be surprised that, because I feel like if I posted that comment on, like, if this was posted on YouTube, I would not have gotten the same kind of influx of Karens and ordinary people just not being willing to understand that I might actually be being truthful about the fact that I don't go out of my way to be obnoxious. I don't threaten other people's lives with my activities. I'm just enjoying myself. Harmlessly. You just don't like the fact that I'm happy. Which, it just sounds like you're a sad piece of shit. And I thought I'd make a video about it. I don't know. This, I feel like, is gonna be long, because that was a lot of stuff to go through. But anyways, I'm Tom the Racing Joker. I'm gonna have to cut this down a lot, because I read those comments for over an hour. So we'll try and keep in the funny stuff, or at least get this down to 40 minutes. I'm not sure. So yeah, if you like what you've seen so far on this channel and you're not subscribed yet, you can fix that by hitting that subscribe button, because you'll like what I got planned. Take it easy, everyone. I love you. Stay legendary. And bye-bye.